I have been learning and relearning my leadership style and how I respond to people. I'm learning how to add value to people's lives. So, for example, during this time, I have, caught up with families and friends through Messenger. Try to make time with them, whether it's a walk with them, or whether it's a visit to their home to see how they're doing, or it's a long call. Just to share how people are coping and encouraging them. And the other thing I've also started to expand on is poetry. I usually do it ad hocly, but now I'm writing poetry to encourage people, to inspire people, to talk about things that it's hard to talk about. At the same time, I'm learning from people, and I've just started to walk to help me in how I maintain my well-being and fitness, as well as help a friend with a disability on the things that he's going through at the moment. So majority of my work is in the disability sector, and we've seen a lot of discrepancies across the world, internationally. And if you think about the Pacific Islands, you can see the widening gap in services provided to people with disabilities, and how those who are marginalized become more marginalized during these times. But lots of people are going through a lot of experiences, and particularly families and people with disabilities who are dependent on their families, people with disabilities who are restricted in terms of moving around during the lockdown. There are people with autism, children with autism, whose parents have had to relook at how they provide good support. So there's a network going on Messenger just to keep them encouraged and to share resources in these times when people are challenged and struggling. And for families with children or adults with autism, there's a page on Facebook called Autism Foundation Fiji. You can also reach out to people on this group and network, and they will show you a lot more encouragement and support on how to provide resources or good support to persons with autism during this time. Right now I'm challenged with the need to be consistent and to be able to provide good support for myself, but also good support for other people in the region, and particularly people with disabilities, as well as in my own friends and families. I've learned over the years that it's really important to take care of one's mental health and well-being, but even more so during these times. There's more challenges of hopelessness, and there's fear, there's discouragement. People are not sure what to do or how to do during this time, or where the next food would come from, or the next paycheck would come from, or basic needs, how would that be met? And this also goes to people on the streets who also live with some with psychosocial disability. One of the things that helps me a lot is prayers and praise and worship, and fellowshipping with my extended families, and having some friends, really good friends, or matured Christians online who are available on call when I need it. There are some things that families already have strength in. For example, the Tylenol of let's have a cup of tea, or let's have some food and talk about some things. And I reckon those are really critical spaces to talk about things that really matter to us, and to really share some really great challenges to what we're going through right now. Over the years, I've observed culturally, we try to show strength or strong faces, but I just want to encourage that in this time it's important for people to be vulnerable, and of course being vulnerable with people that you trust is important. Surround yourself with families, or find a good friend to laugh with, or to joke with, or to cry with. Hanging out with a group of children that gives you a bit of joy, and people that lift up your spirit is important during this time. Sometimes when you're feeling low, it might be also good to find someone else to uplift or to encourage.